again I will revise the same stable multivibrator. So today class we will limit ourselves to a stable multivibrator. So again, I request you all to pay attention, and if you're having a doubt, you can ask me. You just see the same thing what I have just discussed. I'm again providing the summary of that. Okay. So this is a so in the last class we have seen 555 timer, and we are having two application in our syllabus of that 555 timer. That is, one is a stable multivibrator, and another is monostable multivibrator. So a stable multivibrator, as the name suggests, will not have any stable states. In the output of that vibrator will switch between the two states, that is low and high. So as you can see from this diagram, so this portion, okay, this portion is actually 8 pin dip IC for 555 timer. Okay, we are having 8 pins. So these are the pin numbers: 8, 6, 4, 5, sorry, 4, 2, 7, 1. Okay, these are the pin numbers. And so just with the addition of some additional components, passive components like resistance and capacitor, we can make the primers work as a stable multivibrators. How can we do so? We'll see now. Okay, so you can see this one is shown in red here, which is this part is shown in red. Here we are having RA, RB, and RC. This is the three external component that we are using to make the timer work as a stable multivibrator. This is the resistance RA, RB, and RC, and this is the connection. Okay. So now take a scenario where we will switch on this power supply. We give the power supply. So once power supply is given, VCC is given, at this point of time, the voltage across capacitor will be zero. We know that the voltage across capacitor will be zero, and this voltage is again fed to the um, non-inverting terminal of upper comparator, and also this voltage is given to the inverting terminal of lower comparator. Now, first you take the case of upper comparator. So once this voltage, in non-inverting voltage here is zero, and the inverting voltage here is 2 by 3 VCC. So since the voltage here is 2 by 3 VCC, the per comparator output will be zero. Okay, it will be zero, and here also the voltage here at the inverting is zero, and at non-inverting is 1 by 3 VCC. So the output of this lower comparator will be 1. In that case, we're having R is equal to 0 and S is equal to 1. S is equal to 1 means set. That means in that case the output of the flip-flop, that is Q, will be 1 and Q bar will be 0. So Q will be 1 and Q bar will be 0. So if you will give this Q bar is again being sent to the base of this transistor Q, is again being sent to the base of this transistor Q. So already we know that. So in this cutoff mode, whenever the base of this transistor is low, it will act as a open switch or open switch. Okay, and whenever the base signal is high, it will act as a short circuit or a closed switch. Okay, so now in this case, since the Q is 1, so Q bar will be 0. So it is a low signal, so base is low. So this Q will act as an open switch. So as a result, what will happen? Whatever current we are following here, see, since we are given the supply, the current will follow here. It will follow like this, It will come at this junction, and this junction it is having that option to take two paths. Either it can take this path, and it can take this path. Okay, but in this path there is a break, a circuit, open circuit. Okay, very infinite resistance, so it won't take this path, and the whole current will pass through RB and C. So as a result, what will happen? Your capacitor will start charging. Your capacitor will start charging. Okay, this is the first step. Now, in the second step, after the charging some period, time, it will attain assume that capacitor has attained a value which is little bit more than 1 by 3 of VCC. Little bit more than 1 by 3 of VCC. So again, in that scenario, what will be the output of upper comparator and lower comparator? We will see. So if it is the upper comparator, we'll see that in the voltage at one inverting terminal is 1 by is little bit more than 1 by 3 VCC, and then the voltage at inverting is 2 by 3 VCC. Now again, in this case, the voltage at inverting terminal is more than non-inverting, so output of the comparator will be 0. Again, this will be 0. Here also, if you see the lower comparator, the voltage at inverting terminal that is minus is a little bit more than 1 by 3 VCC, and here it is only VCC. At inverting, it is at non-inverting, the voltage is 1 by 3 VCC, whereas at non-inverting the voltage is 1 by 3 VCC, whereas at non as inverting it is a little bit more than 1 3 VCC. So the output of this lower comparator will be 0. Okay, so now and that's why both are 0. So 0 0 means it will, for the input of R is equal to 0 and S is equal to 0, what will be the output of the flip flop? The output of the flip flop will be retained. That means it will retain the previous state. So in the previous state, the Q is 1 and Q bar is 0. So it will retain that value only. Q will be 0, sorry, Q will be 1 and Q bar will be 0. So as a result, again, since this Q bar is 0, so in that condition also it will act as a open switch. Okay, as open switch means, that means this current will keep on following in this way only. Okay, now since it will follow, that it will further charge this capacitor. Okay, now comes the second scenario. Now after the charging, this capacitor has attained a voltage which is little bit more than 2 by 3 of VCC. So it is little bit more than 2 by 3 of VCC. So in that case, what will happen? So in that case, you can again see what will happen to upper comparator. The voltage here, it is at inverting, non-inverting terminal is little bit more than 2 by 3 VCC, and here at inverting is 2 by 3 VCC. So since the voltage at non-inverting terminal is more than voltage at inverting terminal, so the output of this upper comparator will be 1. And again, if you analyze this one, lower comparator, here the voltage here is a little bit more than 2 by 3 VCC, and here it is 1 by 3 VCC. Okay, the voltage at inverting terminal is 2 by 3, it is more than 2 by 3 VCC, and here at inverting, as non-inverting, it is 1 by 3 VCC. So the output of this will be 0. Okay, so the R is 1 and S is equal to 0. So for that is in reset, means reset means the output of the flip-flop, that is Q will be 0 and Q bar will be 1. Q bar will be 1. So once Q bar will be 1, this circuit will work as a Q bar is 1. That means the base of this transistor will get a high signal, and it will operate as a short circuit. Okay, so when it operate as a short circuit, so the C will discharge. Okay, C will discharge, the energy stored in capacitor will discharge through RB through this path. Okay, will discharge through RB through this path. Okay, so now again it will keep on discharging until the voltage of the C drops to 1 by 3 VCC, and again by 1 3 VCC, if you voltage drops just below that 1 by 3 VCC, again the value of the flip flop, depending on the output of this upper comparator and lower comparator, the value of this Q will be 1 and Q bar will be 0. Again it will act as open switch, so again it will keep on charging. Okay, as a result, again the capacitor will charge. So this process of charging and discharging continues. Okay, that's why. And the output of this output will, that is output, so as a result output will also keep on varying between two levels, side and low. Okay, that's why it is called a stable multiplier. Just see, and I will summarize. When the circuit is powered on, voltage across the capacitor will be 0, that we have already explained. So in that case, uh, the upper capacitor output will be 0 or low, and the lower comparator output will be 1 or high. So R is 0 and S is equal to 1. So that means it is set. Set means, the Q will be 1 and Q bar will be 0. Okay. So when the capacitor voltage reaches just more than 1 by 3 VCC, in that case both S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. In that case, Q, the output of the flip flop will retain its previous state, that is Q will be 0 and Q bar will be 1. Now in third step, when the capacitor voltage reaches 2 by 3 VCC, and then which is just above 2 by 3 VCC, that means the VCC V6, that the voltage terminal 6 just is little bit more than 2 by 3 VCC, then the upper comparator changes the state and it goes to high. So as I said, the R is equal to 1 and it's equal to 0, then the flip flop is reset. As a result, the transistor Q turns on, because Q bar in the will be 1 in that case, will be on, and the capacitor will start discharging through RB. Okay, already I explained. Once then the fourth step, once the capacitor voltage discharges and goes below 1 by 3 VCC, again we will have S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, and R is equal to 0 in that case, and Q will be 1 and Q bar will be 0. Again, and then the transistor will act as open switch and capacitor will charge. And so this process continues. This is also represented, readily represented by this voltage profile of a capacitor, okay, with respect to time. As you can see here, this is the voltage profile of the capacitor. So once you turn off the power supply, so the capacitor starts charging, as we have seen. So it will charge till it attains the voltage of 2 by 3 VCC. So in that case, what will happen? The transistor that we are having, it will work as open switch. So okay. So till that period, it will keep on charging. Now, once it goes, VCC attains a voltage of 2 by 3 VCC. Then what will happen? The transistor will again act as a closed switch, because the base signal, that Q bar, will be 1. So as a result, what will happen? The capacitor will discharge through RB, and it will keep on discharging, and it will lose the voltage, okay, voltage across it, and it will come around something around 1 by 3 VCC. Once it reaches below 1 by 3 VCC, again the transistor base signal will be low and it will be open switch. So as a result, what will happen? Your capacitor will again charge. Okay, this process keeps on repeating itself. So as a result, what is happening? For this period of time, from charging time, from run by the capacitor from 1 by 3 VCC to 2 by 3 VCC, the output will be high, okay, and discharging time, it will be low, like this. The output will switch between two states. So for that on time, that is the charging time, it is T1, and the off time or the discharging time, that is T2. Now how to calculate that value, T1 and T2? So T1 is nothing but charging time, and T2 is discharging time. So since we know that VCT is equal to V final plus V initial minus V final into e to the power minus T by RC, where VCT is the capacitor voltage at time T. So just substitute all those values that we are having. VCT1 will be 2 by 3 VCC. V final is nothing but VCC. V initial is nothing but 1 by 3 VCC. So this is V initial, and this point we are having V initial minus again final minus VCC into e to the power minus T by RC. Now this, what is this R? This R is actually a series combination of RA and RB. Okay. So if you simplify this equation, and if you will cancel out VCC, the common element in both RHS and LHS, you'll end up in having this equation. You'll end up in having this equation: minus 1 by 3 is equal to minus 2 by 3 e to the power minus T1 divided by RA plus RB into C, as R is equal to RA plus RB. So if you will solve that equation, you will get e to the power minus T1 divided by RA plus RB into C is equal to half, or T1 is equal to RA plus RB into C ln 2. So if you remove the exponential, okay, then you will take ln 2 both sides, then you will end up having this equation, or ln 2 value you substitute. So you will get T1 as 0.693 into RA plus RB into C. This is the value for T1. Similarly, for discharging case, T2 will be similar, because the discharging is taking place only through RB. The T2 will be 0.693 RB into C. Now, what is the total discharging time? It will be T is equal to capital T is equal to T1 plus T2. That will be 0.693 into RA plus 2, RA plus RB plus RB into C. That is 0.693 into RA plus 2 RB into C. Okay, this is your total time period. So just with the different selections of RA and RB, we can manipulate this charging and discharging time. Okay, we can manipulate this charging and discharging time, and hence we can change the duty cycle of the output here. Okay, so this is your stable multi-vibrator using 555 timer. Any doubt? Any issues? If no, then we will end up the class. Okay then. in the power class, and so